Okay, so I was going to do a video today showing this technique that I do. I know some of the more popular artists have done it, and the technique is in the back of this most recent Reborn magazine about dyeing the vinyl using the RIT dye. And as you can see, I've done that on this kit here, and it gives it a nice warm fleshy look, and I like it to use as a base tone, especially if I'm going to be working on AA babies. So I did this a couple weeks ago. She was my tester to see if it worked out. This, I think she was in for about 10 hours just to get this look here. So, and in this video, or in this magazine, you could see that they end up putting, it looks like the dye is in like this plastic tub. So I don't know if they like heated it up and then dumped it in the tub, because you can't heat up a plastic tub on the stove. So, so I started dyeing one of my kits last night to start the process. I have a couple kits that I wanted to dip. So I put it in overnight, set my alarm for 10 hours. I checked it at 2 hours, woke up at 10, and then I have 2 different pots set up here. And just so you know, this is a messy process. If you don't like mess, dye, splatter, you're probably not going to like this process. So I had half the parts in one, half the parts in the other. And then when I pulled them out, this is what I had waiting for me, is a half purple splotchy Esme kit. So I tried using the industrial acetone on the base of this foot, and it took it off slightly, but you can't even, it's not even that big of a difference. So I was freaking out, and then someone posted maybe it was the pots that I used, and I think that might be exactly what the problem is. This is a stainless steel pot. This one, the pieces came out normal color like I wanted. This is a non-stick pot with the black coating. And I did notice before I put pieces in here last night, after I heated the liquid up, there was like a film on the top, kind of like a slimy, so I scooped that out. So I think what it was is because I had the dye sitting in here for at least 2 weeks, because I knew I was going to start doing it again. What I do is when I'm done, I put the plate on top to cover it, seals it in there, and I think just it sitting in the pot for so long, the chemical reaction, because I'm sure there's a special coating on the pot to make it non-stick, that caused it to, you know, the chemical reaction with the dye. So it turned out, it's, depending on picture or whatever, it looks blue or purple, but it's mostly purple in person. So this was going to be a custom order AA baby. And luckily I have an amazing customer that I had one more Esme kit left that was a custom order, and she sacrificed her Esme kit for me, and she switched out to do a different one. So that, I'm going to hook her up in the future with some stuff, so for saving me here. So this is just to show you. And, you know, some people, I guess, used to use the dye back in the day to do like a purple wash on the inside, and then it would like leak through and make the baby look bruised like this. And some do it because what you do is you mix the brown and the black liquid dye and dye your kits, and you'll get this beautiful brown color. But obviously, which I haven't seen stated anywhere, is to be careful of what you're heating your dye up and storing your dye in when you're going to use it, or storing it or anything for future use can affect the color of your dye. And then when I checked it at 2 hours, it doesn't really, it takes a long time for the vinyl to absorb the color. That's why this is 10 hours. So it doesn't look like a lot, but there is a difference. So at 2 hours, there really wasn't anything. And yeah, the dye did look purple when I washed it off, but even with this, the dye looks purple when you wash it off. So it's just, you know, a big difference between leaving it in overnight and then all of a sudden this is how dramatic it is, because the other pieces that were in the silver pot looked just like this. So I had the body and 2 arms that were this color, and then these 3 pieces that are dark purple. So this Esme, I'm dyeing her other pieces to match. I might try to use the RIT dye remover to lighten her up. If not, I might just make her into a really cute alien baby, which I might just do anyways, not to hassle with trying to remove everything. So she might be put aside for a while until I'm finished doing all my other custom orders and until I have some free time to just play around and experiment with her, because I'm sure I could do something really cute with making her an alien baby. I got some crazy little eyes, and I love glitter, and so I might shimmer her up. I think she would look really cute. So I just wanted to do a video about doing the dyeing. And now this is a video about doing the dyeing and a cautionary tale about making sure you're aware of every part of the dyeing process. So you can just boil up the dye and dip them, but you know, obviously the chemicals used in coating this pot had a chemical reaction with the dye and messed everything all up. So this is a major learning experience. So this dye, once I'm done dyeing the other pieces to match, will be tossed, and then I'll have to, I only have one more kit ready to dip. This is how I keep my pieces down from floating. I have 2 mermaid tops in there, the heads and the arms. So that is my cautionary tale if you are going to dye your kits. And I prefer it because I can be dyeing and toning the kit up, which will save me many layers and cooks in the oven. And while that's dyeing in the pot, I can be working on other orders and stuff like that, so multitasking. This was my first try. I did have another kit that I already dyed, painted, AA kit. It only took me, once I dyed, it only took me 3 days to get her 100% painted, so it saves me a lot of time personally. And then this was my 3rd attempt, so huge learning lesson. So hopefully that helps others out there who don't know about the dyeing or want to try it or anything. Just caution.